Here's how to use our nifty Mazuma bookkeeping tool. So from the front page, you can see the first tab here is just a data tab. This is to provide certain bits of information such as your business name and the tax year or period that this bookkeeping would relate to. You can select different options here for if you are VAT registered or not, and then that'll prompt you to enter your VAT number here. Doing so just gives a bit of information and record keeping for yourself or for the accountant you'll be passing this to. As we move along, to give you just a quick example of how this would work, you would enter in your invoice number, the date of the invoice, a customer name. All these fields are fully customizable. You can enter in your own information, aside from a couple of locked fields here. The description, something appropriate, and the amount of the net sale. These first few tabs are for VAT registered businesses, or if you're looking to prepare information on a VAT registered basis. You can select the VAT rate here, which will automatically calculate what's then due to be charged or has been charged, which should match any invoices raised and give you a total. All sales and income recorded here are then totaled for you at the top. So it's really easy to see how much that you've made during that year and recorded during that tax year or period. You can select a category here. So for this example, let's use sales, and that does feed through to some later tabs. Moving along to purchases, you might have a purchase invoice number, the date, supplier name, if you've got all of these details, the net cost of what you've purchased. If there is a VAT amount, this needs to be entered manually, just because depending on what you're buying, there could be any sort of amount of VAT on that receipt or invoice. So this field has been left completely editable for you. Like the sales tab, you've also got a total at the top here. You can select your category. Let's say this is a cost of sale purchases. And you can just continue to add various records here. You don't have to fill in every box. So if you purchased just something general, a general expense, some stationery or something like that, you could also record that here. Then you can scroll down to find the relevant category and move on from there. This then feeds through to the profit and loss account. So from here, you can see the information that we entered on our sales and purchases tab has come through all here for you. There's nothing else for you to do. This shows your total sales, depending on what's been there and what's in the categories, total sales, cost of sales, and then gives you a gross profit or loss. A gross profit will show in green and a loss would show in red, just highlighting that if a gross loss is being made, you may need to look at that a bit further, as that's not what usually would be expected. It could mean a few different things, and you're always best to ask your accountant if you're unsure what that is, and they can provide further information. Scrolling down, you've got your stationery cost and a final profit or loss. Like with the gross profit at the top, that's either green if it's in profit or red if it's in a loss, just to make it really clear for you what you've made during the year. Finally, just to confirm, these final 3 tabs are for non-VAT registered businesses, and you can go through the same process. It just means you enter one total and don't have to include or account for any sort of VAT amounts. Hope this has been helpful. Use this to record your own bookkeeping and keep a very simple, basic record of that. Should you need anything further or be looking for sort of monthly management accounts, proactive advice, and preparation then of your tax returns and accounts come the year end, that's all included in a package that Mazuma can provide, and we highly recommend you getting in touch. Hope this was useful.